lovely Berry Squad, and welcome back to the first speed build after this long break. Yesterday's cast was so much fun already, so I'm happy to be jumping back into speed builds. I haven't built a house in such a long time. I didn't even know how to build anymore. And the thing was, building this and recording this was such a spontaneous thing that I had no plan of what to build. And I just started building, and I was like, oh my god, Barry, what the heck are you doing here? And this is how the house looks like in the end, but it fits perfectly for this Let's Play. So everything kind of turned out the way it was supposed to turn out. So I did have a plan in my head, don't get me wrong. The thing is, our main character, Betty Cooper, she moved here to Oasis Springs to become a animal doctor or to open up her own animal clinic. So we gotta have to wait 4 more days till the expansion pack comes out to actually, really start the gameplay, but we can prepare, we can prepare a lot of stuff, and that's what we're doing right now. So she moved here. She doesn't have a lot of money. She does have what she saved because she always wanted to do this. So she saved a lot. And her mom gave her as much as she could to support her so she could at least buy her own house where she might have space to have her own pets and maybe, start up a clinic. Her dad died a few years ago. There's no particular story behind that. Her dad just died. He was sick. And so the family had huge financial problems back then already. And Betty had to support her mom wherever she could. So, there's not too much of money left. But she got this little cute house here. And I really wanted it to fit into the style of Oasis Springs. So it's not super modern. It's not, fancy or anything. It's just a normal cube house for a one single person, a one single person. That's logical, Barry. It's for one person. And maybe you could fit in 2. You could squeeze in 2 Sims, but you probably wouldn't want to. But her ultimate goal is to become rich with her idea that she has for her own clinic, and then, buy or build a huge mansion where she has her own praxis. Oh, you don't call it like that in English, do you? Her own, her own clinic in her house, just a small one. Yeah, I don't know the English word. We're back to the same old. And I hope you guys don't mind, as always. Usually you guys were super cool about it. So, yeah, the German is back. Anyways, oh yeah, I put a few trees around the house so it gets a more foresty kind of vibe. I really wanted her to be connected to nature. I wanted her to like being outside and being in the forest, and she's just a quite natural person. She loves the outdoors and she loves animals and she loves her family, and she's a very positive person, and she loves the house. Even though it's not the prettiest one and it's not, luxurious or anything, she loves it and she made the best out of it. The bathroom is still quite old. She did not renovate that because she would have had to, get out the whole tiles and get a new paint and everything. So the bathroom still looks a little bit oldish because this house has been here for a long time. But she really made the living room and the kitchen and her bedroom the best she could. And those rooms, especially the kitchen and the living room, are very full. They're packed of things and there's no space whatsoever to put anything else on the floor. She couldn't probably fall over because there's so much stuff in here. I really struggled at first with the kitchen because I wanted it to be in this small corner, and I didn't want it to be too big because she's a single person and I imagine she wouldn't have too much of a kitchen. Plus, she's working a lot, so she doesn't really have time to cook too much. So she has this really small kitchen. She has one counter to cook on, one where she can do the dishes, and an oven. That's enough, right? And then she has a small dining table for 3 people in case she has, guests over. She doesn't know anyone yet, but you never know. And then here we get this little bit of a living room vibe. First, I wanted to put in the white couch, but then I decided to make it the blue one because it fits better to the kitchen. With those cheap counters, we don't really have white ones. So they're the blue ones. And then I decided to do the blue chair for the desk because it puts a little bit more color into the whole thing. And I did use a little tiny bit of CC to decorate, but not too much. It's just one picture and the things that are going to be on her dresser, makeup and stuff. Stuff that we don't have from the original Sims game. It's just, we need more clutter in The Sims, official clutter, then I'd be happy. Well, anyways, we have a little bit of bookshelf, and then here's her bathroom. It's quite empty, but it has everything she needs, It's a shower, a toilet, and a sink. I mean, what else do you need? Oh, and then I found those light chains, and I really, really loved them. I didn't know that we had them. Yeah, see, I didn't play for a very long time. It felt like the game is new to me, and I've never played before. It took me so long to find everything again. It was absolutely ridiculous. Well, here's her bedroom. It's actually quite big if you compare it to the living room and the kitchen, where everything is kind of squeezed in and, very uptight. And then we have this huge ass bedroom, but hey, she likes it. And maybe when we have pets, we can fit a dog in here and a dog bed and stuff like that. That's why I left it that big. At first I was like, okay, you need to make that smaller. That doesn't make any sense. But then I was like, okay, we can fit some animals in here, which is what we planned, right? That's the original plan. And here is the clutter I was talking about. Just a few shoes and an iPhone and a little bit of makeup, because we don't have that stuff in the original Sims game. And also we don't have this cute, wall hangings. That's why I used CC. I'm sorry, but it's okay. It's okay. Here, the outside, we have another dining area and a barbecue in case she ever wants to invite some friends and maybe have a party. And that's basically it for this house. We're going into the house tour in just a second. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you guys in the actual gameplay. Till then, have a great week. Bye!